Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing really great. Welcome back to my Tech Start Learning channel. I hope you have watched my previous sessions on generative AI and its different ways of prompting. And this is the fifth type of prompting which I'm going to dig in today. That is contextual prompting, prompt engineering. So if you haven't watched my previous sessions, please go ahead and watch. And if you like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe as well. If you are interested on specific generative AI topics, please do buzz me in the comment. I'll surely get you the relative sessions around that. Okay, so before we dig into the practical uh, prompting using contextual, let me give you overview of what is contextual prompting. Imagine you having a conversation with someone who not only understand your question but also the background, tone, and environment in which you are asking it, right? That's the essence basically of context-based prompting. Okay, it involves like providing a rich detailed scenarios or roles that shape you and shape Gen AI the response, so it's ensuring the output aligns perfectly with the given situation. Okay, so for example, by embedding why and who into the prompt, right, will enable Gen AI to generate responses that feel natural and tailored to your need. This approach is very much important for creative storytelling, or like it could be a specialized knowledge delivery, or it could be task that requires a deeper understanding of the context. Okay, this is the basically the concept of contextual based prompting. So now let's try to see. I have come up with a set of few examples, prompt examples, where I will show you like how we can use this contextual prompting, which involves like prompts to provide detailed context and stuff. Okay, so first let's go start with the coding assistance itself. Okay, so I have come up with a prompt. So let me just take that. So you are a Node.js expert. Provide a well-documented example for implementing a custom middleware in Express.js to log required details, request details, right? So here we are setting the context that you are a Node.js expert. That is one thing. Ensures that Gen AI focus on advanced technical insights, right? The specific task which I'm highlighting is custom middleware in Express.js. This clarifies the requirements. This is how we are setting a context to the Gen AI. Okay, you can see it has given you the right uh, set of code which is required for our as per our task. Okay, you can see it has given you the explanation as well, right? See, here is a well documented example on how to implement custom. It gave you an example, it gave you an explanation what does it do and how does the output looks like. This is a one example of when it comes to the coding stuff. Next, if we have to see like educational content creations, for example, right? So let me do one thing. Let me take the prompt example. So I'll say that you are a science educator explaining the concept of photosynthesis to sixth graders. Okay, use simple language and include a real world analogy. So here this frames the audience that audience is sixth graders and tone should be simple language, like, right, while specifying the topic. This actually gives you the set the context to the journey, what is expected, right? So let me just hit this and see the responses what it gives you. You can see it has given you very simple language, real world examples and stuff, right? So this is another way of setting a context to the Gen AI. Okay, so next, assume for something related to the support, right? So here I will be setting a context to Gen AI that you are a customer service agent for an online bookstore and customer wants a refund for a damaged book they received. Draft a polite email response explaining the refund process. So here by defining the role and scenario, right? The response will align with the professional and very like good communication is expected in the customer service, right? So otherwise, if you don't mention this polite email or response, right, this will, it won't have that much context what we're expecting for, right? So that context is very important. If you see refund request for damaged book, then it has thanks, and it also has it also said sorry, apologize for whatever happened, and then what are the steps to follow, right? So that is about the customer support. And so next, if you see, if you want to get any fitness advice, right, and you just ask GenAI that you are a personal trainer specialized in weight loss. Everybody is interested in weight loss, right? Design a 4-week beginner friendly workout plan for someone who has never exercised. So here you are setting a constant, you are a personal trainer, and also we are telling including the expertise and target audience, that is beginner, right? Beginner is the target audience, so ensures that GenAI provides the accessible and achievable advice for the beginners, right? Because that is very much important, because as a workout coming to place, right, not everybody can do, the starters cannot do the advanced uh, workouts, right? So that is how, if you see, it has given you the 4-week beginner friendly workout plan for weight loss. See, this is how it gives you. Okay. It also has given the tips for success. Next, take an example of story writing, right? So in that also, we can set a context for the GenAI. So you are a fantasy author, right? Write the opening paragraph of a novel where a young mage discovers their powers in a stormy forest. So it's like a fantasizing, and then it will give you the respective story, right? So it has given you the relevant stuff, whatever we are looking for, right? Next, when it comes to travel planning, right, so you will be interested on getting the itinerary plans and stuff, right? So we can say set a construct, you are a traveler consultant, that is like setting up a role. Then plan a 7-day itinerary for a family visiting Tokyo with young children, focusing on kid friendly attractions. So focusing on kid friendly attraction, that is my context, that is what I was looking for, right? So accordingly it will give you the friendly attractions. Okay, you can see this has given you this. Okay, now take an example of language learning, right? So you are a language tutor, right? So let me teaching conversational Spanish. Create a dialogue for a beginner to practice ordering food at restaurant. Here also the beginner is a concept which we are telling, beginner friendly vocabulary and practical scenario should be considered when you consider this tutorial. See this, right? Okay, so these are the few examples, and if you want to perform any analysis, right, historical analysis, assume. Okay, let's take one example. You are a historian analyzing the causes of the French Revolution. Write a summary focusing on economical factors only. Okay, so what does it do? Considering the economic factors, it is going to give you the summary of what we asked for. Okay, so I think these are the ways you can handle the uh, contextual based prompting, like by setting a clear context, role, or audience. Contextual prompting makes GenAI outputs more relevant, practical, and aligned with your expectations. So that's the end of the session. So in the world of GenAI is increasingly integrated into our workflows. The context-based prompting act as a bridge between the generic response to the tailored expertise response. Okay, so by carefully crafting the prompts with detailed scenarios, roles, or perspectives, we basically unlock the potentials of GenAI to provide rich, relevant, tailored, meaningful outputs, right? So whether you're seeking help with a technical issue or writing a story or for any advices, GenAI like resonates with your specific needs. It's not just what you ask, but how you frame it, right? That is very important. Provided the context truly is king in unlocking the potential of the Gen AI. Okay, so if you like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next session.